Linda Barcz from the Barcz Company taking your calls at 270-9933. A frosty morning. You might want to start getting some plants inside.
I think that you better think about some things that if you have things like this is a Dracaena that many people use combined with their annual plantings. If you want that inside as a house plant, you might want to think about taking that in fairly soon. We've got some cool weather, but not freezing again until I think Saturday is what I saw. But like the kale, this guy over here won't be phased at all. He just loves it. It's nice and cold and still will thrive and look good. So, and we've got lots of pumpkins.
Yeah, Halloween is coming.
Yeah, Halloween's coming. We've got our
you have silver pumpkins? Is that a new variety?
Well, yeah. Incredible growth, yes. Yeah, that's a little spray paint. People having fun, and of course, Badger ones and Green Bay Packer ones. And we've got our nursery stock on sale, so come on out.
It's that time of year. Yes. Let's get to the phones. We'll start with Judy in Lake Mills. Hi, Judy.
Hi.
Hi, which question?
I have some trumpet vines or hummingbird vines, and they've become very overgrown and out of...
They grow fast.
They are very rapidly growing, and this year with the rain that we had to begin the season, things just grew like crazy. So this actually would be a good time to be pruning that back to get it under control, because you can see a little bit better, and then you hopefully you won't interrupt your blooming cycle next year, because the new growth will come with some flowers.
So the buds come in the spring.
Yes.
All right, Donna in Blue Mountains. Hi, Donna.
Hi.
Hi, which question?
Well, I was just going to tell you, at Easter time, I had the lilies, and when they were brought home from church, I just stuck them in the ground, and I have got beautiful blooms on them. Does this ever happen in October?
Well, I'm a little bit surprised to hear that they're blooming right now. That's interesting. So they flowered earlier, and they're flowering again?
Yeah, that's pretty amazing.
That's great. Because you always plant your Easter lilies.
I plant outside. It blooms like in June, not this time of year, so congratulations. Let's go to Dave in Oregon. Hi, Dave.
Hi.
Hi.
I have some Carex, which I have in a planter on my deck right now, and I'm wondering when's the latest I can put that into the ground for next year?
Okay, I think that this might be a good time, just because you could wait till later, but we're going to start to get some colder, nastier weather. So I think in Carex, by the way, it's a type of sedge. So he's used it in his annual plantings, and now he wants to, since it is a perennial, I would get it in the ground so that you can get it rooted as quickly as possible.
Yeah, the weather's relatively nice now.
Yes, it'll be nice to garden.
Yeah. Okay, Ron in Token Creek. Hi, Ron.
Hi.
Hi, which question?
Yeah, the question is, I have an asparagus bed, and it does not produce as well as it should, and I think because of all the weeds.
Yes.
How do you control weeds in an asparagus bed?
Well, asparagus, ideally what you do is you mulch it and you keep the grass or anything that's going to invade at bay on the edges. If you have grass that has moved in, then it can be a problem. If what you need to do is spray it with something like Roundup, you can't get it on any of the actually, the asparagus that's good. So the trick is asparagus comes up so early in the spring. There are some herbicides that are effective when there are cooler weathers, cooler temperatures, so maybe that would be a good approach. Otherwise, of course, digging it out. Good old-fashioned pulling weeds and digging it out is a way to do that also. But that competition is bad because asparagus is a very heavy feeder.
All right, we'll go to Elsie now in Cottage Grove. Hi.
Yeah, I have these big white mushrooms. They're bigger than basketballs. Are they poisonous?
Basketballs, okay. Well, without seed, there's lots of mushrooms, Elsie, so I would not hazard to guess that. Mushrooms typically are not too dangerous. I mean, you can just, if they're bothersome, get rid of them, but I don't know if they're poisonous or not.
I wouldn't eat it without checking.
No, don't eat it on my recommendation, no.
All right. You can probably look it up or something on the, on the internets. Sandra in Blanchardville, go ahead with your question. Sandra, are you there? She wants to know how to keep a lemon tree alive during the winter.
Okay, a lemon tree, if it's outside, bring that in because you're going to want to keep it away from cold temperatures. And then, of course, it can be treated as a house plant. And if you have a sunroom, or that's what it really needs. If not, southern exposure, as much sun as you can possibly give it to before you then move it outside next year.
They like to be outside in the summer?
Yes, they're going to do much better outside. And as far as flowers producing, if you get flowers on it during the winter and you want to try to have lemons, take a little cotton swab and move the pollen from one flower to another, and you may actually get fruit.
Yeah, I had one of those little lemon trees. I mean, the small one, not the big one. But.
Yes.
All right, we're out of time. If you're on the line, stay there. Linda will talk to you off the air. We will see you next week.
Very good.
And we'll be right back with the final check your forecast.